so
video,
happens that
right?
that
And he
nigga
was
is black.
That was
It just so happened that nigga be black. But if he was
watched the
any race,
video
I
and
would
what
have
made
felt
you
the same way.
you watched the video and what made you say, "Oh, he's
I looked
supposed to
at the
get
dude and I
down"?
say, usually a nigga ain't beating you with no pistol in broad daylight on camera.
You're lying.
What the fuck
You
is
are
it?
lying. They
That's
are
in my
killing.
head.
They are
That's
killing
just
black
in my
men on
head.
camera in broad
Nigga,
daylight. Is you serious?
Yeah, how often does that happen?
A
though?
lot.
It does not happen
A
a lot.
lot.
You a fucking liar. You a liar. That don't happen a lot.
It don't happen
It
a
do
lot.
not
They
happen a
they
lot.
beating niggas and smoking niggas in broad daylight.
It does
You're
not
twacking.
happen a lot. It
What's
does not happen a
What's
lot.
dude that
On
ran away from
camera
town?
in broad daylight.
Not
Nobody
always on
usually
camera.
do it. I ain't say it didn't happen. I don't say it don't
Not
happen.
always
I didn't
on
say it
camera.
don't happen.
Oh,
I
okay.
said that usually. I
Okay.
say usually that's something that does not happen.
On camera.
Period.
On camera.
On camera and
No, ain't no period. Because, nigga, you
Yeah,
read stories
period.
every day
Most of
about
the time.
black men getting killed by 12 that never even come across the news. Just because it's on the news and it ain't on camera don't mean it ain't happening. It's always stories.
You can look up a number. See, that ain't even nothing that we have to even argue back and forth. You can look up the number of police brutality on black people, and I guarantee you it's a super low percentage, dude.
And I believe this. We see it all the time. Black men be getting beat.
We see it.
Black men been getting beat by 12 and beat and killed by other white people for so long. Well, not other white people, but racist white people.
Man,
for
look,
so long. And y'all sitting here telling me this.
That number is so small compared to what we do to each other, dude.
Here we go
That's
with
all
that.
I'm
Oh my
saying.
God. Here we go with that argument.
That number is so small. And that's, you know what, I brought it up because I remember from the last episode, you said, and I had to think about it. And when I heard it back, because I must have didn't hear you when you recorded it when we said it. But you said, if I'm beating my child, that don't mean go outside and let somebody else beat on my child.
No, I said if you was beating on your child and somebody walked up and started beating your child ass with you, you ain't gonna say, oh, you gonna be, oh, stop, motherfucker, this my child. They gonna be, where you beating them? What you gonna tell them? This is my child.
But the point is, no, I'm not going to tell them that shit because you're still wrong. You shouldn't be beating your child to begin with.
That's your child. You know what I mean by
that's
beating,
not what you're supposed to do anyway.
You're getting literal. You're getting literal.
Do you expect somebody to treat your child better than what you treat your child like?
That don't mean shit.
Sometimes a stranger treat you better than your
Listen, that's true as well. But what I'm telling you is you taking beating literal. You know I'm talking about whooping their ass. If your mama was whooping ass, listen, if your mama was whooping your ass in the street, and a stranger walked up with their belt and started whooping your ass too, because your mama whooping your ass with a belt mean that a stranger got the right to come up and whoop your ass with that belt too?
That's an irrational argument.
It's just an example.
That's an irrational argument.
It's just an example.
About what we talking about.
I'm not trying to make it into an example.
A better example is if a better example, like you saying, is if you was doing wrong inside of your parents' house and you got your ass whooped, and then go outside in the street and you do wrong and somebody beats your ass. That's a better example. That's more.
No, that's not a better example.
That's a congruent.
Yeah, but that's not a better example. I'm telling you, you can't do what I do.
In this argument, ain't no black dude beating his ass at the same time. So this not even congruent. It's not even an argument that go with each other.
What that came from was me saying, because y'all always using black on black crime as, well, black people do it to each other all the time. And I told you, just because we do it to each other, don't mean that give other people the right to do it when they feel like they can. Like I say, white people hurt each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
These white people go in these schools and kill each other. Exactly.
Not even white people.
But
everybody
I said that last episode.
Everybody that's around each other's race.
That's
what
I said.
Each other.
Exactly. That's what I said every last episode.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But what I'm telling you
is not what I'm not saying that for the reason
what I'm telling
to justify why white people do something to us.
That's what you just made it sound like.
No, that's how you took it.
That's what it sound like.
What I'm telling you is that you are. Why would you be? All right. What's the bigger number? How many people that kill? How many black people that kill black people? Or is the number bigger? How many white people kill black people?
Let's take it there. Let's take it there. What you just say. People that live around each other. You know why black people kill with each other so much? Because we all in the same neighborhood.
Right? I'm trying to ignore my whole question.
I'm not trying to ignore your question. I'm trying to tell you what I'm telling you. What you saying? This is what I'm saying. So you just threw me the off. Black people harm each other because we are all confined. We damn near all confined in, like you say, in the same neighborhood. All we are around are black people. So when you're around this many black people, yes, the percentage of black people hurting each other is going to be higher. Why? Because there's more black people amongst each other than us everywhere else. Now, I'm not saying black people don't live in diverse neighborhoods nowhere else, but I'm telling you, if there's 30 of us in the box and we get to fighting in them 30 people in that box, we're going to all be fighting each other because it's 30 black niggas in the box, ain't nobody here. So, yeah, the percentage is going to be high of niggas getting their ass beat in this box because it's only 30 black niggas in there. We all, you get what I'm saying, nigga?
You just told me why, and I didn't even ask you why. I ain't asked you why black people do what they do.
I'm just telling you.
I
didn't
said,
ask
what's
you that
the
either.
bigger number?
And
the
I'm
only
telling
reason
you,
I'm asking that is to have a follow-up question.
Listen, I'm telling you why the number is bigger. I'm giving you a reason on why that number is bigger. Of course, it's going to be a higher percentage of blacks hurting each other because we can find this whole way all amongst each other. Black people ain't
my next question after you say that is, why, if that's the bigger number, if the bigger number is black people hurting each other and doing things to each other, why don't we actually try to fix the problem that has the most numbers?
I can't tell you
that
why.
has the most numbers.
I never did.
We can talk about all day about policemen doing stuff to people, but that's like 2% of all the deaths, maybe even less than that, probably even less than that.
Once again,
even less than that. If we don't address what we do to each other, why are we even talking about? See, look, we can talk about that later. We can't even come together with each other and get our own stuff together.
Listen, and I'm not gonna argue with you on that. And I never said that black people had their shit together. You know what I'm saying? You are right. We do need to fix within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And who knows when that's gonna happen? That still don't mean because we got to work on ourselves. That mean fuck it, we beating on each other while we mad at everybody else beating it. That ain't
nothing. What I said. That ain't what I was saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I was only bringing this shit up because it sounds like you're more offended by the white people doing something, but every day we wake up in the same community
because we all around each other.
We do all around each other. Stuff. We run into the stores inside of our own neighborhood, tear the store up, steal from the store and everything, right, and all that. And now the old people in our community don't got no grocery store to go to, don't got no place to get their fucking medicine when they need it.
Niggas ain't breaking in no medicine stores.
Niggas ain't even think of that shit. They don't even give a fuck.
Shit.
Now they gotta go to the white communities and get their ass money.
Exactly. Yeah, they should have sent their ass to the white communities and did that shit.
That's what I say. Up at. Why the fuck we ain't ride to Sheridan or Evanston, Illinois?
Niggas know better. Niggas know better than they go into their neighborhoods.
Why?
That's another
Why
reason.
do you know better? That sounds stupid. That sounds goofy. That sounds
niggas
the stupidest thing in the world.
Boy. You right. That shit sound dumb.
That's the stupidest thing in the world. We go in our own neighborhood and beat up and do all this crazy shit to the Asian nigga that own the 7-Eleven and then go. Well, ain't no 7-Elevens in Chicago hood, but
yeah,
we'd go up in the store
or some shit, corner store,
beat up the Arab and tell him some crazy shit, and then run to the crib, and we gonna need the Arab later because he sell loose squares.
You ain't lying, but yeah, hey, I don't look. At the same time, look, like I say, I don't understand niggas either, man. I ain't saying we ain't got no problems on our own. All I'm saying is, to finish off what you were just saying, only reason the numbers are high with us hurting each other is because that's all we around are black people. I'm pretty sure if it was whites and Mexicans and we was all in a big ass diverse neighborhood, that whole percentage would change.
But you do understand Chicago is the only place that's kind of like that. When I go to other places, other races mingle and match with each other. Yeah. Everybody, like,
you don't live there though.
It's not as segregated as it is in Chicago. In Chicago, it's a black neighborhood, it's a Mexican neighborhood, it's an Arab neighborhood, it's a Muslim neighborhood, it's a Irish part of town, it's a Russian part of town.
Yeah, you got Ukrainian village.
The gays got their own side of town. Like, come on now. Like, everybody in Chicago is super segregated. When you go to other places, like any place, Atlanta, Kentucky, Houston, every time you go to these places, all the races are in a melting pot. Everybody is just in a... We used to kind of be like that, and you know what they start calling it? Gentrification. Y'all trying to change the neighborhood. Y'all trying to get all the black people... Look, they just trying to mix the races up, because we kind of like... We all segregated
That's what
in
you
this
take
city,
that
boy.
as? They trying to just mix the races up?
No, I'm not saying that
Oh,
that's
okay.
necessarily always
I was finna say,
what the initiative
they
is,
taking
but
Inglewood.
they had to change that they had to change what they was doing at first, dude. They had us in the projects, and the projects is exactly what they call it. It was an experiment.
Sweet